So now my Amoris is super strong. And I thought that'd be a neat tactic to try. Because Amoris is really slow, so like maybe try and make a fossil team and then give like Kabutops, which is very fast, give that round. Which is not going to do any damage from Kabutops, but when Amoris does it, and he's got Refrigerate on it.
Setting up the Amoris, yeah.
And that's what I was thinking of, like, what's the fastest
Aurorus,
fossil Pokemon?
It's Amora and Aurorus, isn't it?
I get confused between them both. And then there's the Tyrantrum as well, which is, oh yeah, you can learn Rock Head as its hidden ability.
Yeah.
So let's give one with Rock Head and then teach it Head Smash. Because of course, why would I not?
Because I've got the Tyrantrum, but I gave it just like the Tough Claws, was it? And it had
Strong Jaw.
Strong Jaw, that's what it was.
Yeah. It can learn Strong Jaw, and then it can learn every bite move, which is good, but just not as good as Head Smash.
Yeah,
Head
but
Smash
again,
is just
like,
so good.
The thing I really like now, okay, they've made it super hard to get the ability patch, but the ability capsules are quite easy to get.
Yes.
So if it's not hidden ability you're looking for, it's really easy to just swap like all of the Pokemon. And the thing is, you can change the Pokemon's IVs, the Pokemon's nature, and the Pokemon's ability. And it's like, thank you, Pokemon. All I need to do is just get the EVs right now.
That's what I like about everyone. You don't even need to get the EVs right, because you can just hyper train it.
Oh,
and that's why I don't get why
people
people
are box, can't you?
Yeah, because people are like doing the raids over and over again to get the right thing for their legendary. It's like, they're already like level 70.
Yeah.
It's not get them up another 30 levels, and you can just go hyper train them.
Yeah.
And give them perfect stats.
Exactly.
So any Pokemon, but yeah, it's like I love Tyrantrum. So I love the fossil Pokemon. Like behind Bug Pokemon, they're my favorite archetype of Pokemon. So I was like just workshopping in my head like a couple of like ideas around the team. Like, but Tyrantrum's probably the easiest one. Just give it fucking Head Smash.
Yeah.
Head Smash and Outrage. But I was looking at some of the other stuff that it can learn because it's a little bit on the slow side, but it can learn via breeding. You can get Rock Polish.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking like Rock Polish, Head Smash.
Yeah.
With Rock Head. So base 150 power, Rock type move.
Man.
And he's just like, fuck you, what are you going to do?
So we got the Silver Wing there.
We did, yes, which means we can go challenge Lugia.
But
look at that, Lucas. Look how much effort we had to put in to get one legendary.
I don't think we can just yet because we haven't got Whirlpool.
Oh, yeah, because we need to go.
Oh, no, we do have Whirlpool.
We can teach. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. So do we want to go to the last gym first, or do we want to just go ham? Go for Lugia?
I guess go just head towards the last gym, I suppose.
So, yeah, we have got 7 badges, yeah.
We need to train.
We do need
so that's
to
the thing,
train.
like, I've realised we're really low level. It's like, why are we only like level 30, 40? For the last gym, because you go to Kanto, and that's when you get to like level 60 and 70.
Second part to the game. So let's heal up. But, you know, I just saw the roaming dogs then. And I was like, oh, I really like the idea of that, and I'm so upset in the Ground Tundra.
That they don't just
they were like, they teased, oh, they've gone to different wild areas, go find them, but they're actually just in a static location every time.
Oh, yeah, they're in the same location.
It's
and they
just,
get
I looked up on what happens with them, and it's like, go to this one spot, they always spawn there. It's like, oh.
Great.
And the one thing I love...
chasing down Zapdos was fun.
Is because at the start of the Ground Tundra DLC, Peony goes, oh, by the way, here's something for you, a free Master Ball. So there's that. I'm not happy with that at all already.
Like, here's a free... Not to mention, I've got like 20 Master Balls, because when you're doing surprise trades, you'll always get the hacked level 100 Pokemon with like Discord.com on it, with a Master Ball. I'm going to release this Pokemon, but I'm fucking taking the Master Ball.
But yeah, like, I got really annoyed and had to use my Master Ball on the Articuno fight, because the catch rates are quite high or low, whatever it is for them. But
it's in Hail.
It's in Hail, which meant as soon as I got it to red health, I had like 3 turns to catch it. Otherwise, it's just like, it dies. And the best thing about it is that it's really annoying to get into the fight because it's a 1 in 3 chance.
The gimmick there is, if anyone ends up playing this, it's the one that laughs. I noticed that straight away because I love those games where it's like, spot the one, that's the real one. The real Articuno laughs before it spins.
Yeah, but that's before it spins.
Yeah, and then it's the one that is. You'll notice it.
Or do you mean like does the little twirl animation?
Yeah, you'll see the one that is the real one because it's the one that does the little laugh.
Oh,
You'll
because
see it,
I was
you'll
busy
see it
looking
raise
at
its
like
wings.
its wings and its tail, and I was just like, I can't spot any difference in these.
Yeah, you've got to keep an eye on it as it moves. But
It
isn't
basically
it great as well how shit the camera is in that?
Yeah.
Where oh, follow Articuno, I don't know where it is.
And it was just
I can't see
I had to
Articuno.
just follow the shadow. Because it's like, oh, Articuno's flying away, follow it, and then it just immediately flies off screen above where your camera is. Oh my god. Get back in there. Get back in.
Just wrong.
But yeah, it flies so high that you can't tilt your camera up and see it.
It's great, isn't it? Don't you love when games do that?
Oh god. But, like, I really like the idea of having an expansion pass and doing the games all in the wild area and stuff, but there's just so many stumbles that they made. Like, in theory, the expansion pass and Sword and Shield themselves are good ideas, but they just made so many mistakes.
Just millions upon millions of mistakes.
Yeah. Like, to the point where
yeah, tennis
straight up, this is a much better game.
It is, yeah.
What, about 15 years earlier?
It's because like legendaries don't feel legendary anymore because you just get given
But
them. Like,
even
I remember,
take out the idea of the legendary Pokemon, just in general, now that we're looking back at like Sword and Shield as a whole experience, it's just like
yeah, 'cause it's a complete game now.
Yeah.
I was way more engrossed playing Ruby and Sapphire back in the day.
I was way more engrossed playing like X and Y.
Yeah, but I feel like Ruby and Sapphire is where Pokemon peaked for me.
I would probably agree and disagree because I think it probably peaked in these games, like Soul Silver and Heart Gold. But obviously they're remakes, so like I wouldn't really say that Generation 4 is where it peaked because at the same time I thought like Platinum and Diamond and Pearl were like some of the weaker games. So it's a weird little thing for me, but yeah, I do very much think like between Gen 3 to 5 were like the really strong ones.
They were, but goddamn.
So obviously like Gen 1 and 2 was Game Boy and they were quite limited and they were making a lot of like, they were learning a lot of lessons with those games. Making a lot of advancements.
Just stop giving me fucking 20 legendaries.
Stop.
So I couldn't give less than
20 legendaries, Karl. It's like 50, and don't forget about those 11, 12 Ultra Beasts you don't care about.
Buzzswole.
The fucking
Okay.
like that thing is I was playing and I can't even remember its name again.
That sums it up. Do you know what? Remoraid, what we've got on screen right now, Remoraid is not a great Pokemon.
No.
I have never used Remoraid. I remember Remoraid because it looks cool.
Yeah.
At the very least, it looks decent, but I will never remember the name of any of the Ultra Beasts except for Buzzswole.
But I basically got to a point in the Dynamax like raid den thing where someone said to me, "Would you like to know how to reach this Pokemon?"
And you just went, "Fuck."
No, I didn't. I said that's not a Pokemon. In my head, I was like, "That doesn't exist. That is not a Pokemon." And it was the Blaze Fallon.
What the fuck is that?
It's the weird one with the like clown-looking ball on its head.
Oh, that piece of shit.
That piece of shit. And I legit read that name and went, that doesn't exist.
That's not a real Pokemon.
And obviously, there's some Pokemon I forget about. But when somebody mentions the name of like, oh yeah, do you remember about Furfrou? I'm like, yeah, I remember Furfrou.
It was in one game and you never used it, but you remember it.
Yeah, and then someone's like, oh, I could tell you how to get to the Blastfalon, and I'm like, what the fuck is that Digimon?
That's the thing I always say as well. I always say it's just a Digimon. And people get so mad when I say they're just Digimon.
Oh god, and it's just like, please.
Like, they are Digimon like leveled of design.
They had such a good chance to wipe Ultra Beasts from existence, because even going, oh, we're bringing back all the legendary Pokemon. Like, Ultra Beasts aren't Pokemon. They're not.
They're aliens.
Yeah, so it's like they had the perfect chance to just wipe them from existence and be like, they don't matter. let's forget that ever happened. And they go, no, the wormhole has opened above the Dynamax Adventure raid den. Perfect. That all the Ultra Beasts have wandered in there. It's like, no, fuck off.
I love it.
No, they are the worst thing Pokemon has ever done.
The fact though that you looked at it and went, that's not a real Pokemon, that sums it up. That sums up how fucking forgettable and bad they are.
Yeah.
Were you a huge fan of the series?
I was just like, that doesn't exist. What is that?
That's not a real Pokemon. The other ones that I really hate though, like Tapu Koko and Tapu Lele, because they all look exactly the same. And I remember I caught the first one, I went, fuck this.
Oh,
I think that's the first time I've ever...
the designs for those Tapus.
I did, until I realised how fucking stupid broken OP they are. And as well, when you bring them in and they immediately just replace all of the battle arena with just like mist.
Oh yeah, they're not fun in terms of battles because
it slows the game down to a crawl because the game can't render what they're doing.
Yeah, because it was really bad when it was at double battles in Sun and Moon. If you had like the terrain effects on and animations on and everything, the 3DS just couldn't cope.
But I think though that's the first time in a Pokemon game where I ever just went fuck this and just didn't bother. They are the only legendaries where I beat them and didn't reload the save because I went, I don't care. I do not give a fuck. I do not want these things in my team. I will never use them.
Yeah.
And I think that sums it up. Like I would have done that with Mewtwo.
No.
I didn't use Mewtwo, but I fucking wanted it. It's my Mewtwo.
And it is
I've
weird
earned it.
Because like I saw someone.
Same with all the Ultra Beasts. I killed all of them. It's like I don't care.
I
don't care how good they are. I'm just gonna.
And the
shoot,
worst
like,
part
kill
was
them.
it was like, oh, go catch them. There's 5 of them in these grass. It's like, oh, fuck off. I don't want to fight 5 of these bastards. But I did see like on my Twitter timeline someone like caught a Mewtwo and was like, oh, cool. Like I haven't had a Mewtwo in years. Like this is a really cool experience. And I'm like, it's very strange looking through the lens of a Pokemon fan like that who is like, oh, I don't really play Pokemon much, but I'm really happy to have Mewtwo back.
Oh, casual fans are going to be fucking creaming in their pants because the game just gives them 30 legendaries.
Well, I turned around to Jenna and was like, oh, someone's really excited to get a Mewtwo, as I'm staring at 4 Mewtwo's in my PC box. Just like, isn't that exciting, Jenna?
That's why it's good for those guys, but I can't imagine how fucking infuriating it's going to be to try and go online and try and get a battle, because every battle you go into is just going to be everyone's got a full team of legendaries.
Yeah. It's going to be frustrating as fuck.
People are going to be excited to do it, but I wonder though, like those casual fans who get like, oh wow, I'm going to go in with a team of a Mewtwo, like the new one, the Calrex,
yeah,
an Ultra Beast, and a Kyogre, and then they go up against someone who's like super meta, and they just like, see their legendary Pokemon with like the best stats they've ever seen, these like super great moves that only they have, getting one-shotted.
Oh, now does this Magnemite have Levitate and just piss me off?
Let's find out. Oh, God. That animation looks amazing.
It did.
That single animation is one of the coolest things I've seen today.
That looked cooler than fucking Dynamaxing for the 80th time.
Just dude, he looks so adorable. It's like, boop, boop. Oh, there's a big one.
I love it.
Looks
Like
awesome.
this bell end of a Magnemite has just come in, confused me, and just shot metal noise at me. It's like, oh no.
So what is like one of your favourite like sprite move animations? So I think I've told you like mine's double slap, where it's like the cartoon hand just slaps you twice and makes the slapping noise. That gets me every time, especially when it's like a Jigglypuff or something doing it.
Yeah.
The Jigglypuff's like.
I love those ones.
Fuck you, Jigglypuff.
I do really weirdly like the thunder animation though.
Oh, that's a classic, isn't it? Well, you see the cloud and the lightning bolt comes down.
Yeah, in like Gen 4 or 5, they make it super hype where like, oh, the background goes dark and it's like, oh, that looks.
And then
super
you do
cool.
it, and it's like not very effective.
It missed. It's like, nah.
The one that I like doing is when you like Dynamaxing. I think I had my Urshifu and I told it to do Drain Punch, and rather than doing the punch animation, it just flexed. And I went, like, this is a Pokemon that like you sold this DLC with.
Yeah.
All it does is punch. You can't even program it to the fucking punch animation. When I pick a move that has the word punch in it. It's like, of all the things, that's what you make it do.
Oh god. And because I had to finish the Isle of Armor DLC because I'd got halfway through and got bored with it.
You didn't even. Oh god, that says it all.
And because I wanted to try out the Galarian tournament, the Galarian Star Tournament, or whatever it's called.
It's like we're 6 months ahead on Pokemon or some shit like that, and we're still playing this game just because you really want to play some Pokemon and we want to talk about it.
And I can't push myself to play the new DLC in the game. But
that you paid for.
I went back and was just like, man, Urshifu just sucks balls.
Yeah, but I have it on my team all the time because it's the only one I've got a level 100 because you have to have it on your team.
Yeah, and the fact that I was breezing through and my Kubfu was like level 40, and it's like, oh, okay, well, you're going to have to be about level 70 to go through this tower. I was like, right, okay, and you can only take Kubfu. What? So I've got to train this Kubfu to level 7. I had to just stand there and use loads of experience candies.
Because you didn't want to play with it.
So I was like, I'm not standing there and training this Kubfu from level 1 to level 70. It's like, fuck off. Even with the wild Pokemon being like level 65 or whatever, it's still a huge grind. It's like, oh, you're gonna force me to use one singular Pokemon? Isn't that what Pokemon's all about, Karl?
Just using one singular Pokemon. As we say, as Charles gets stronger. Oh god, what does that look like to the enemy? It's like because I think in my head Espeon doesn't move.
Yeah.
In my head, Espeon just is like stood completely stock still, and then their Pokemon faints.
Well, that's the thing with psychic attacks. Like, do they do anything other than like the little gem on Espeon's forehead glows a little bit, and Rhyhorn just flies away?
That looked great.
Yeah, because that's what it was like in the Pokemon anime when he fights Sabrina, wasn't it?
Yeah, you don't actually see what's going on.
It's like, oh, was it like a Kadabra that just kind of stood there and threw them all into the ceiling and was like, fuck you guys?
That's a really cool animation though. It's like the rainbow beams.
I love
Pride.
Aurora Beam as well. That looks really cool because that is just literal rainbow beam of energy.
What do you do? Or signal beam when it's all like little squares.
Yeah.
So like geometric lines flying towards the enemy like Darkseid's Omega beams.
So Maxie and Charles are just getting strong.
We need. They're the backbones of this team.
They are.
Look at them.
And it's kind of sad that we originally said like we'll have like 2 Vetoes on the team each, but you need to have like the Pokemon with so many HMs. It's like you basically can't do it. No,
because otherwise we'd be going to the Pokemon Center and switching out like every 20 minutes.
And
maybe when we get to Kanto.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe we get to Kanto because that is just a straight shot, isn't it? Like you go through Kanto and it's like the victory lap.
Yeah, because maybe essentially like the whole game in terms of like the story of like going to stop Team Rocket coming back, blah blah blah. That ends in Johto, yeah, and Kanto is basically just run around and go get all the Kanto badges for the fun of it.
So maybe we can maybe then that's when we can start to see a bit more flexibility and see. But right now we need a Pokemon that flies, we need a Surfer, we need someone who's got strength.
Will you give me your phone number? Yeah, I guess so.
Just give everyone your phone number. Look at this grown-ass man asking for a child's phone number. Kids, don't do that. I think that guy is good though, because if I remember correctly, he tells you where. I remember getting a call from that guy, and he's like, a quillfish. I'm like, I fucking want a quillfish. Yeah. I remember really wanting a quillfish because of how cool it looks.
The other thing is,
water poison, man.
When I looked it up, it was a case of, oh, well, people that, you give your phone numbers to, they can call you and say, like, oh, there's a really rare Pokemon here right now. And every phone call we've answered so far has just been, oh, I fought a Kakuna. I didn't catch it.
Good. He was pretty hyped.
It's like, God damn it, okay.
Who?
Or who?
Like, he gave his life for what?
Nothing.
Like, he just stood there and took it.
Like, man. Is that how little XP is Charles getting?
He doesn't need it. He does this because he wants to.
He doesn't need it until we fight just a level 38 Houndoom out of nowhere.
Well, that's the problem. Like, is it every game on our channel, or every game on each of our channels we play, like just the artificial difficulty scaling of, this game's so difficult. It's not. It just runs you in, like it just railroads you instantly, and doesn't give you really any option to counter it. Because like real difficulty, like in terms of like a video game, like you should have the ability to avoid it through skillful play. There's no way to skillfully avoid your opponent just being 10 levels above you. Oh, that looks awesome.
The ice path.
I appreciate that you get those every time you walk in.
I like those, yeah. Those are little like clips are really cool. So who's going to be useful?
I guess anyone with a ground attack. Ice Pokemon are quite not great against ground.
No, they're weak to rock, not ground. We got this confused at the ice gym.
We did, yeah. Anyone got a rock attack?
Aurora has like a fighting move in Rock Smash, but is still going to be weak to ice.
Any ice move. The thing is, though, you don't really fight many ice type moves in here because they just send like fucking Swinubs after you. I guess just send. Who needs leveling up? We're all pretty good at that.
That's the thing. I've just realised that like Arthur, Pamela, and Aurora are all weak. Maxie's probably not going to hurt because Maxie can't really hurt the Swinubs and Piloswines.
So give give Pamela the experience share.
Okay.
If we need to get that to level up, we need a Meganium.
Yeah.
I think when we get Meganium, just the bulk will carry us through.
That's true.
Because Meganium's a super bulky Pokemon. And then just put like Aurora up front and just use Rock Smash and just hope that because I hope we'll be a few levels higher than the wild Pokemon at least.
Yeah.
Well, that's the hope we can do.
Why? Poison Barb. Take that. See if we've got anything useful for Aurora to...
Yeah, we can have a look. We picked up a few items, didn't we? One of the things I like about experience share is like my headcanon for it is that your Pokemon is just out and watches the other Pokemon and it learns via that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a mechanic that I really like in games, or really like in one specific game that is not explained, but I think it's just a really neat bit of world building, is in Oblivion and maybe Skyrim. I'm not sure if they did it in here, but in Oblivion, there are certain parts of the world you can go to and you can just see people fighting. Like if you go to like a guard camp or something like that, you'll see people just swinging their swords. A mechanic in the game they don't tell you about is that if you just sit there and watch, your own fighting level will go up.
Really?
Yeah, you will gain levels just watching other people fight. Because you are gaining experience because you are learning from how they fight. And I thought, that's so fucking cool.
Karl called it.
Oh, level 21. But it's level 21. So that's the thing. It's so difficult to level up. Because all the wild Pokemon are too weak and all the trainers are too strong.
Do we want a Piloswine? Is it worth it?
Piloswine's alright, but I don't like it.
Okay then, well, this one up.
Like a Mamoswine looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
But Piloswine, ground, ice, decent typing, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I have no strong feelings one way or the other about Piloswine.
Yeah.
It is just...
I definitely think
cool.
the Mamoswine saved its design a little bit.
It's no Don fan. I prefer, if we're going to go for the elephant Pokemon, I want a Don fan.
Where do we get a Don fan? Do you want to find out where we get a Don fan? Because I'd quite fancy one on my team.
A ground type, yeah, because we can switch up Aurora maybe.
Yeah.
Don fan's not the greatest, but Don fan is super fucking
Don fan's really cool, and I'm so sad that it never got any love.
It never came back, did
it?
I'll have a quick look. So we are SoulSilver, yes?
Yeah, SoulSilver.
SoulSilver. Oh, you trade it. Because it's only in Heart Gold.
Oh, no! Don fan! Why?
Don fan's super cool. So there's 3 elephant Pokemon, isn't there? There's Mamoswine, Donphan, and Copperaja, and I fucking hate Copperaja. And Copperaja would have been fine if it wasn't a big square.
Yeah.
It's just the fact, a steel elephant sounds fucking sick, and it's based on a dump truck or an excavator, and that's really neat. Because it's a reference to the fact that elephants are sometimes used as beasts of burden. And they sometimes use them as rudimentary tools.
Yeah.
And that'd be really neat. But the fact it's just a big fucking square. And whenever you see one in the wild area and it's just this fucking rectangle walking around the wild area and it always gets in your way as you're trying to bite through the grass.
Because there's one bit in the Crown Tundra DLC where
it was 30 in the grass,
a narrow path where there's just every Copperaja to ever exist.
It's just there, and it's God, I hate these things. It could have been cool if it was just a steel elephant.
Oh, well, Waterfall's just chilling. Just an actual mandatory part of the game is just a random Pokeball item that you can walk past.
One of the things that I do like, though, is that in the newer games, TMs and HMs are in different colour Pokeballs.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. They're always in yellow Pokeballs. So when you spot them, it's like, oh, I want to get that because that's a TM.
I mean, I go get them all
TM.
anyway, but yeah, it's nice to, for whatever reason, if you're speeding through the game or whatever, just be able to notice them.
And just go, yeah, this is what I need.
Because if you're fully stacked and you're like, look, I don't need to worry about items anymore, it's just whatever. But yeah, the TMs and TRs are really appreciated.
You know as well how little I use items. Where in the Crown Tundra DLC, I picked up an ice heel, and it got me given the new description for it, so I never bought one.
It happened.
What?
Like, this guy's like, oh, I got a knockdown in a trade. Turns out it was a knockdown that I traded to somebody else years ago.
Oh.
It's like, that is Pokemon in a nutshell, isn't it? It's just go on Wonder Trade and
get your own Pokemon
get,
back.
like, the Caterpie that's been sent round every single trainer in the world.